foes that wanna pose next to me. Nobody ain't testing me. It's the versatility.
You hating? I hit 2 million views on my basement. June told me, bro, let's go out on vacation. I'm still on probation, big bro. Finally, K-So has come back with another reaction. And today, we are reacting to Akala or Akala, Fire in the Booth, Part 3. Now, it has been a minute. I don't know why it took us so long to get from Part 2 to Part 3, but we here. We are finishing our series of these 4 fire-ass freestyles, as y'all asked. Now, I'm done talking, but before I break it down, hit that thumbs up button if you're new to the channel. How are you doing? Hit that subscribe button, because if you don't subscribe, your granny is a dirty, stinking little beat. We popping off. It's been a minute, my dog.
I know you gonna dig this.
I know you gonna dig this.
You know what time it is to hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Akala,
not Akala. I be fucking up, huh? And Charlie Sloop look young as fuck. I swear my nigga was skinny back in the day.
In the Booth, Part 3. Listen, Fuse Banquet, new album out 27th of May. Turn the beat up in my headphones just a touch.
Turn me up in the headphones.
Whoever's more human must have the right to do the abusing. I imagine that means you then, or a human just as clueless, foolish fools. Thoughts of a tortured soul, bought for a quarter of gold. One little sign and slaughter it whole. Why not? They don't have souls.
Oh my God! What a lot was laughing, bro. Why not? They don't got, bro. The guitar riff is just, and I always give guitars the credit. Like, I so much of modern music is synthetic, and we don't get that live instrumentation that I think deprives us from what is music. You know, the harmony and the relationship of lyrics, melodies, music, percussion, horns, drums, all these things. That's what I think makes the finest of music. And so when you hear that grit, that anger, that just tenacity, the punk in punk rock, that is an electric guitar. And Akala comes in and that nigga ain't nothing. And he just came in so jarring, so smash mouth. Every word was delivered with speed but punctuality. The man is, it's been a minute since we seen him in the FITBs. It's been a minute, but he was missed on the channel because he's a true lyricist, y'all.
Bought for a quarter of gold, one little sign and slaughter it whole. Why not? They don't have souls. They love their children less than we do, so they are less than equal. They abuse women, so we kill them because they are bloody villains. That's right, we are the feminists.
And he got such a real fucking point. They abuse women, so we kill them because they fucking villains. I love how, like, he does what I consider as like contemporary rap, a mature rap style, something that you would be able to enjoy with your father and with your homeboys, because there is going to be such fruitful messages in the midst of it. Like, obviously, treat your queens like queens, things like that, that are just aligned in the middle of his raps that make hip hop valuable. If because of incarcerations or drugs or whatever it is, father figures are, quality father figures might not be in the greatest of masses or droves in certain communities. Hip hop always has taken sort of a role of guiding, whether I don't think most of the time it's done, we ain't really did the best of job, but we've tried to guide, you know, give some kind of direction and make some kind of rules and guidances for people who needed them. But like, then you get voices like Akala, like that's the real OGs of the barbershop that you go and you just listen. They play chess as the world goes on, and all the young heads in the barbershop just sort of listen when they talk in search of reverence and lessons, you know?
For the women in the world, kill terrorists, liberate them from their birth, cause they feel more free with the children murdered. I know that it sounds absurd, but let me explain it a little bit further. We're so superior, our missiles whistle until they tickle little itty-bitty grandchildren and make them giggle. But the laughter sounds like screaming. I told you that they were demons. They pretend to be dead to make us feel sad, put bullets in the head to make us look bad. But we're never anything other than glad. We're those that look funny and up in their body bag. If your hair's harmed on Sally or Brad, even a dog cry like mad. Dog is a man's best friend, not a girl. Women are abused all over the world and children are raped. Every place,
they gonna need to stop bringing him on these Fire in the Booth, man, because this nigga gonna make it so what year did this come out? Nobody should ever be allowed to, 2013. Nobody should be allowed to do Fire in the Booth again. They should have ended it after this. I ain't gonna lie. Fire in the Booth, because like, bro, and his flow is such a, he just, it's the flow for me. The man knows how to exist in these cadences and pockets with such high speed. But when you do those high speed ones, it's all about the delivery on the other end. It's all about how you land those high speed bars so that we can still feel them, so that they don't feel overwhelming. I don't know about y'all, but I have not yet to feel like his speed is becoming a hindrance. Like I can't hear the words that are coming out of his mouth, but it's still coming quick, and that is the best way to deliver it.
Religion or credo race, even fathers or daughters, uncles, nieces, sweep it under the, even a dog cry like mad. Dog is a man's best friend, not a girl. Women are abused all over the world and children are raped every place. Every religion or credo race, even fathers or daughters, uncles, nieces, sweep it under the carpet. Rape is a weapon used by power.
Oh, this nigga. Now, I ain't touching this motherfucker with a 20-inch pull, but boy, this man brave.
Even fathers or daughters, uncles, nieces, sweep it under the carpet. Rape is a weapon used by power. And we don't want to look like bastards, so manufacture. Hero complex, a reaction to nothing more complex than organized mass rape of the state. Don't want to hear about mass rape, because I hate to relate to a shade that's darker than you. One that prays under a different roof, has less...
When he talks about the system and like mass incarcerations and mass oppressions, and when he uses that R word, he's not necessarily talking like a jailhouse style of it, but more of thinking of it in a bigger way, right? And Akala is what I like. What I like about the way that he delivers his bars is the way, if you actually listen to him, and I know that sometimes it can be intimidating just listening to a person rapping the speed that he is, but if you just sit there and listen, I believe that you are smart enough. I believe we all are to understand what he's saying, but you just have to take a little deep breath. Sometimes you might just have to listen to the dipper. The dipper gonna get you where you need to go. But Akala will give you topic, then give you multiple explanations of the topic, right? That is why this is one of the dopest rapping. That's why he is one of the greatest. Just Fire in the Booth niggas. He's one of the best. One of y'all drop some more Fire in the Booth we gotta do, but it's because when you look at writing, when you look at how they tell you to write a story, to write a persuasive essay or whatever it is, just writing, we learn like literary skills in school. That is how you do it. Give us a topic, give us about 5 in the back things about the topic, that we call that a paragraph. But he takes it because he's like a teacher, because he's like a linguist, because he's more than, I hate to say more than just a rapper, but more than just an artist. He's also a teacher. He's also like a philosopher. He's also a modern day philosophy or modern day Shakespeare. And it's just, when you listen to somebody like this, when you watch somebody like this, bro, there's not gonna, in 2013, I want to know where his career, where's his new music? We're going to do an Akala. We're going to do a La Akala checkup. Come on, man.
I want to hear about my space, because I hate to relate to a shade that's darker than you. One that prays under a different roof, has less dollars or pounds, crowns or...
Look at it. You would hate to relate to and look at how he just played with the syllables. You would hate to relate to a shade that is darker than you. You would hate to relate to a... God, this nigga.
To relate to a shade that's darker than you. One that prays under a different roof, has less dollars or pounds, crowns or gowns or grounds. Fill them up with rounds if to mess with the way that things are constructed. Obstructing lines of production. You can buy anything, liposuction, seduction. Just buy from us men. Buy lies, can't buy truth. No one's selling it, there is no use. There is no customer base for the product. We'd rather buy some celebrity trollop. Because our life is about getting one up. And everybody else that we pass on the come up.
Let's go!
We don't care what the force bring the sun up. The light in the sun every day getting one up. Lie to the point that it's part of the culture. Tell the truth, it's only the result of a double lie cancelling itself. Their pride cancelling itself. Because virus is normality. Living in a world that is built on vanity. More salad.
Oh my God. And it's almost like there is never not. Oh my God. God.
Lie to the point that it's part of the culture. Tell the truth, it's only the result of a double lie cancelling itself. Their pride cancelling itself. Because virus is normality. Living in a world that is built on vanity.
genuine hip-hop rap. Shut up and listen. Shut up and listen, y'all.
Their pride, cancer in itself, cause virus is normality. Living in a world that is built on vanity.
Let's go.
More salaries, more calories, more thieving, more charities. Picture a more on a horse with a chariot, speaking some kind of African Arabic, teaching mathematics to a Spaniard. When maths and got to Britannia, can you picture? Rhyme scripture, this designed for the mind to be richer. Are you blind? Are you firing the rim crack? Cause your time and alignment is on crack. It's hard to be as far off the rhythm as you are. It's like hard to have so little charisma. I swear that you try to be shit to make me look even better than everybody knows that I am already. I'm a pedagogue.
Let's go.
That can't be touched like leprosy. I'm a rapper like the Beatles, begging me to let it be. No need no referee.
Oh my. Look, I can't get touched like leprosy. The Beatles, let it be. But this nigga top 5, I don't give a where is Akala up in the game? Bro, this nigga's the lyricist, the great, like, it's so crazy because these niggas, I always say they get cheated simply because they're from the UK. Bar for bar, I've done 3 parts of Akala now. I will put him against Lupe Fiasco. I will put him against a lot of people in the US we consider like greatest lyricists that I'm not too hot on. I will put him against any of those people. I will put him against a lot of greats. This man lyrically is damn near untouchable. You got to put him in that like sci-high to Prince bag. Like that's where he's at bar-wise. A lot of people are not fucking with Akala. Think about like his American counterparts. A lot of these niggas are not fucking with him. I'm sorry. I do not give a fuck with nobody in this bitch. How nobody feels. Akala is just, he's just superior when it comes to that pen and pad. He just really does that. Some niggas really get busy. Some niggas don't need writers. Some niggas don't need people to push them, people to like make it seem grander than they are. No, they really get busy. There is a thing that was so dope, it created $1 billion industry. It created a bunch of fakes. It created a bunch of greats. Hip-hop. Just this thing. It's that good. It created everything, all this shit. And so when someone just does hip-hop at its finest, bro, what else do you need? What else do you need, my nigga? Genuinely, this man, come on, man. He turned water to wine.
Pedigree, that can't be touched like leprosy. I'm a rapper like the Beatles, begging me to let it be. No need no referee. I play the game on my own, it's my own sport. And you can't take a king to his own court. You can't take a king to his own court. You ain't the phone talk. You're the type to rap for 5 minutes and complain that your throat's sore. Well, I'm so sure that my stage draw is the coldest the most since 04. But these silly little boys said it's so raw. Make a bigger bit of noise, but we know you ain't up to the game, you ain't match fit. You ain't even got the brain for the tactics. You ain't even on the bench, you're a bull boy. One little send out you, so let's sit down. I am the big Mac man with a quiz on. Super cap, they punch sting with a scissor. Who are these silly little wallies? Think that you're up with enough for the guts to be on it, the version of me that I didn't want to be. I'm the coldest and most since Admiral Zheng He. I'm firing the booth, you're a rep rack. You ain't the real thing like a stepdad. I'm the best and rest where the rest have. Don't pick up your chest, let your breast sag. I'm the best dad, look, I don't even beat my sons, I let them shine. Even when they got no talent to rhyme, insist on doing it all of the time. All of my fans reinforced with a kind of carbon that harden the thoughts in my mind. Of course you will find, I taught you a line, I'm born with bars, no one ever taught me to rhyme. The portion is mine, don't touch it.
And I love how the nigga will not only it's not only the bars, you're watching a master. You are watching a master at work. Not only are the bars there, not only is it's the literature, this game, the bars, the vocab, all that shit's there, but also the flow. It's the flow for me. It's so much fun. It's so entertaining because of what happens a lot with a lot of great lyricists historically, and that is those next level lyricists that lean towards lyricism more than artistry. You know, it's not quite as entertaining. Us hip-hop heads can totally listen to this shit. Us hip-hop heads can totally love it, but it doesn't do that like mass over appeal crossover that hip-hop is now. And, well, at least that's another conversation. But he has enough fun and bounce to his flow that it still would work. It's still that shit pump, like that shit'll go off in a concert, it'll go off in a club, but then also because of what he's saying, that it's so deep and so thoughtful and so well spoken, it could go off in like a hookah lounge and like a nigga, you could be in there with your little bougie bitch. You heard me? I like to be in there with my little bougie bitch. Hold on.
Furthermore, don't even discuss it. I know that you heard. Britain's biggest export is weapons of death. That ain't a fear when you're a guest. Take another breath when your country's next. Unless you remind them whenever you're rhyming, you're a beast on the mic when applicable timing. They will think they're in the league that I'm in. But that is most absurd. Turn the stands to a cancer, a banter for those between the gangster and the panther. I know that you've seen these man with the tantrums like kids when I'm off on the tandem.
Like those couples between a gangster and a panther, kids couple. When somebody is a lyricist to this degree, you don't, if I literally, and just to be real, and this is just, you're so good, you make my job hard, right? If I was to pause after every bar that is groundbreaking, this video would be 9 hours because it's so now you're forced to pull from like, well, which ones speak to me? And there's still such an abundance. And it's like, Akala's one of the guys who deserves, like, I will always give him a reaction with however long it warrants because the man deserves this. There is not one word he is saying that is not just fuego right now. There's not one bar that's missed. There's not extreme thought. There's not lessons to be learned. There's not a message. There's not a bridge. It's not melodic. It's not fun. I mean, it is all those things. I'm sorry not to say it's not. It's all of those things. Niggas just talking about all the... No, it is all those things. And you deserve it. You deserve the highest credit. You deserve the highest praise. You deserve to be put on a pedestal for your artistry and for at least this one nigga to go, you are genuinely amazing. You are genuinely like a superhero. You are genuinely just out of this world, a talent that is undeniably great.
You know what a tandem means, so rather than use a dictionary, they talk shit and badmouth me when I'm only trying to elevate your mind, you, but I don't watch that, they love's more than a grand's worth. You see, when I wrote you, hands worth, elders see me, cross the road, talk to me and it usually goes. We love all your boss up the thing, spread knowledge, bonfire upon the Babylon College, we I salute ya, you're the future, all the bigger man have time for them youth. What I am saying is that the respect's worth more than the chain on your neck, when it's not that, it's somebody's mum. Say that she feed me to a son, cause you wanna come get his mind out of the slums. Akala is smarter than half of you dumb, regardless the bars are retarded, he done what the rats and the rat to the part of my lung. Take out a whole clip, they just do you. Pick up a mic, we can see who's who. I'm firing the booth, you dry wood. Chew your flesh and it best tastes quite good. So smart, but still move quite hood. See him on the road, don't think that I try should. That's a wise assessment. Can I like land as a wise investment? Especially land that is...
Oh my God! Gave me the award. Gave me the award. Goes, what the fuck? Gave me the award. Goes, my nigga Akala. What? Where do we put Akala? All time. I'm being honest. I want to run through all the Fire in the Boots and the classic Fire in the Boots. I want y'all to drop in the comments right now what y'all thinking. Where do we place this Fire in the Boots of greatest Fire in the Boots of all time? This is like... This nigga's turning water into wine right now before my eyes, and y'all always, I haven't seen one bad Fire in the Booth. I haven't seen them all though, and it's just, I want to know where we place this though. Is this one of the greatest? Is Akala that nigga? Akala?
Recently blessed with in excess of 1 million deaths in the castle you rest in. That's the next thing built on the bones and the flesh of the wretched. For only opposing, only protected, cause we regret that. Only deceptive things that we like and only rejected when it feels like the truth with the jesting. So, get in with a blessed king, whose crown is the bounds that he fought. Therefore, you ain't got to deal with the fraud of all these beings of whom I'm bored. My worst, stronger than their best, over alone. Stronger than their flesh, older than own. Can't compare to his guests, usually don't ever dare to spit next. It's clear, the reason's fear. Even the worst MC has ears. But we can't hear where the beat is. The time is flow with the kick and the snare. But we need no life ain't...
Even the what? Yeah, because some of these rap niggas be so garbage. I do be like, bro, is this, he must be partially deaf like Jamal or something. He must not hear too much from that, and they can't really hear his own voice. Or they must have the music so loud in that studio that nigga done blew a little drum out from them. I love how the nigga is able to juggle and balance and then merge in like a comedic edge to it too, like to where it's fun. It's just like, there's so many dimensions to it. I genuinely feel like he's made a movie in this whole.
God bless some get air. Like these conscious heads that cry that I get big-headed and I don't know why. Cause I always been this guy. Ever since mum said aim to the sky, I decided that was too low. So I'm astral traveling to another zone. You won't ever get him on the dog on the bone. Cause I don't ever really want to answer my phone. So when I'm in is high vibration. See the future in my meditation. Your peeps, pure libation. For all the creeps to get above their station. I placed them in the right placement. That is to say I erased them. Ain't no
and y'all gotta think about him maintaining this flow for the time. As long as this nigga has the nation. And like, it might have a little like a little pocket follow, but honestly, genuinely maintaining this flow for the duration that he has and to writing it, because you got to think about it. He's been going for 5 minutes now. That is going to, with that speed, he has done the triple, double time, or whatever he's running, amount of bars. He had to write double the amount that the average verse would have to write. And that just sort of shows you, Akala, like, he knows, he wants to do that. He wants to give us gems. He wants to teach us something. He's one of those people that I believe weren't chasing fame or isn't chasing fame, but is just chasing a message, a purpose, a greater reasoning. And that's why he's so dope to me.
Above more adjacent, still these mugs that want to get faced, but taste it. They don't really want to face me. I don't run so you can't ever chase me. And I've been through things on the pavement, but don't beg no fame, cause I never made it. My uncles, cousins and friends have done everything that yours at me, but I don't tell their story, I tell mine.
And I love how he, and my brothers and cousins, I just love how he fell out the little pocket in there and caught it right back. It's just playing with sound at its finest.
I'm not and you're fake. With that said, I don't mind a bit of fiction. If you did tell your story well, but your raps are tried in a dead man's top lip after 6 years of living in hell. Meet a nice girl, just man gel. Might be white female, can't quite tell. No, why? Cause the only bitch in the world is a man and his ego we have as a show. Mine is harder than my uncle's foot back. We don't even need to wear shoes. He only eats pounded yam and stew with hands like cans on a man. I refuse. Who said mum never raised no fools? Your mum raised you, you're a punk of a plank, a donut, a tool. You make me think the mother nature's cruel. Then I get back and remember, life is a gift even when it don't look like it is. And everybody thinks that they're cold in the booth. Got no sense to show them the truth. Put the pen down, become a spectator. Go get a day job, there is no shame in it. We need doctors and architects, not more crap rappers that are past their best. And
oh, that nigga, now he talking to that nigga. Yeah, no, but he real. You know when a nigga's so real with your ass, you damn near you hate him a little bit, but you fuck with Buddy Tough because you need him. You need a caller. My nigga said, bro, yeah, a lot of y'all niggas can't rap. Because somebody explained to me why Akala is clearly trying to make great music, right? He's clearly trying to say something. Do we think that Lil Pump is doing that? Do we think that Lil Xan is doing that? Do we believe that Trippie Redd or any of those guys are doing that? So how can we compare the two? How can we say that this is anything like that? How can we act like these guys are even making the same genre of music? You put respect on Akala's name. You look at him different. You treat him different. You feel different. You listen to his words different because he is doing something different. He is still rap. This is rap. This is what these niggas thought we were going to be doing now. They did not think niggas would have been dying their hell. Auto-tunes would have been the standard. No rapper has any lyrics. They all got melodies. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
You bear it. If it fits your friend to share it. I know it ain't the role of a parent to take my child's confidence and tear it. But it is my role as a father to show my son about life and it's harder. When you got a dad named Akala, those are big shoes to fill. Be your own man, have your own plan, your own destiny. Just don't ever mess with me, preferably. Running through to the treachery, definitely. Those that put us in jeopardy, especially those that want to pose next to me. Nobody ain't testing me. It's the versatility.
Nigga is goated. He's officially goated. Oh, this nigga.
it's killing them. So road, but I teach kids William. Listen to my albums, I actually write songs. And of course the bars are brilliant. We can do politics, spirituality, or real life or reality. Do this thing here with straight up vanity. Either way, nobody can battle me, much less shackle me. The Maroon, one man army and a entire platoon. They're like, when he went out of breath soon. How does he do that? Is he human? Look, man, it's the spirit of book, man. Back in the flesh of a terrible crook, man, and all won't like me. Ain't it obvious? I ain't a paedophile or a colonist. I'm the MC you don't want to bother with. The gauntlet's thrown down, who's crossing it? That's what I thought. You can have your whole life to retort. Still won't think up the things that I thought when I was aged.
That nigga say you can have your whole... That's the fucking part. You can have your whole life to retort. Still won't think of anything that I done. Shut that ass up, man. Hey, hold on.
Scratched that before I was born, in the room when I was yet to be formed. Before that, in the past incarnation, when I set fire to a fuse plantation. Me and Sam shot here in the cane fields. 2 weeks straight, totally stayed still. With nothing but a blade of scrape, still gone till now. We're enemies, what a great kill. Self-defense is not violence, it's common sense. The first law of nature, self-preservation. To let people kill and abuse you, it's just self-hatred. Turn the other cheek, why? No, I never got the freedom that way. Lies, when you're saying eye for an eye. They talk this crap about the world goes blind. Just don't attack us in the first place, and everything will be just fine. In the meantime, train hard, read enough, stay sharp, and don't diss the sisters here, Barmy.
He attacks systems. He attacks entire matrices, entire hierarchies, entire things that are created. Like, the same people who tell us an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind keep poking our eyes out. So if you stopped poking our eyes out, we wouldn't even need that stupid ass expression. The level of thought, where he takes music, where he takes thought, where he takes conversation, is such a just beautiful, genius mind. The man is a genuine legend. Like the leg grizzle, like you could just feel it. He doesn't overdress, nothing. You can just feel it on him, bro. This is a man who just gets busy. He just gets busy. That's what he does.
Putting down half your army. Any revolution without the women in the middle is no revolution at all. Trust me, you can read back from all. Women were there, ready to pop through, but we have become so cowardly that rather than fight back the attack, the only ones that ever had our back. And that is an actual fact. And I ain't saying that I ain't...
Wait.
You can read back from all. Women were there, ready to pop through, but we have become so cowardly that rather than fight back the attack, the only ones that ever had our back. And that is an actual fact. And I ain't saying that I ain't ever done that.
Now we going back to these systems. Now he's going back to these systems. This is another genuine thing to think of. Like, you watch all these, like, men who just, like, overactively hate women, like them hard-on thoughts, and all them niggas on the internet who just, like, hate women, and it's like, or, like, you think about it, it's like, why is that? Why is that a movement? Why is that a thing? Why is that isn't that a waste of energy? Why are niggas in this bitch, like, beefing with, you know, women? Because I'm gonna keep it real. A woman gonna hold you down way better than a nigga from them. I'd have had a lot of niggas tell on me. I'd have had niggas steal from me. I'd have had niggas ain't shit. And I'm not saying that these bitches ain't shit either, because they ain't shit either. But a good woman is way better than a good nigga. Let's be completely honest, because even the good ones of us, we really ain't shit either. So it's like, look at that. Look at what we're talking about. Look at what we're thinking about. Look, whether we agree with each other or not, but remember, like, the 5-minute mark, he said something about, like, I'm just trying to talk to y'all. I'm just trying to teach you something. And it's like, it's teaching in the best way, because it's not, I don't feel preachy. I don't feel like well, it is preachy, but I don't feel like he's force-feeding a message to me. I just feel like he's genuinely like me and my homie. I ramble, he rambles. We just in this bitch rambling to each other, and it just makes for a fun time. It makes for a great time. It makes for an experience. It makes for a moment. Moments are what make life. So I live for this, literally. I literally live for this.
Saying that it's time to move on now. So don't put my name in the same sentence as real revolutionaries. I'm offended. Real revolutionaries spend their life engaged in revolutionary acts. And as cold as I am on the mic, thus far, I just rap. With that said, there is no comparison.
Get him, man. Do you guys ever watch Dave Chappelle? You remember when Dave Chappelle said the thing about, like, what would Ja Rule think about it at a time like that? It was a joke that he had, and it was talking about how we have an obsession with celebrities, and it's very true. We, at times, will like wonder, like you'll hear Young Thug talking after a school shooting, and you just be like, what? Actually, free Young Thug, but you know, you'd be like, what the fuck does Young Thug have? What? Why is Nelly Furtado at the Katrina thing? Like, why don't we have a politician there? Don't have some niggas from New Orleans who could tell us something a little better than Nelly Furtado? But we have an obsession with celebrities, and we run to them for our answers. And he's saying that even him, even as brilliant of a mind that he is, even as prophetic as he may sound, there's actual people that you should go to for these messages. There's people who have spent their entire life researching these things, and that is why, you know, there will be a certain level of reverence that we will put on a Dr. Sebi. And if you like Annalie Chapa and maybe what he's saying sounds good to you, then you go look into like a Dr. Sebi, and he can be the gateway to those things. That's what would be a great thing for him. But he's saying he's not the Dr. Sebi. He's not. There's wisdom to be found. If you look at men like Dick Gregory, think people really are hip to the hop, understand what's going on out here. And I just love that he's humble enough to say that, nigga, I'm a rapper, bro. Don't get it twisted.
Too cold for the way that I carry on. These vultures feed off, carry on. Come along now, carry on, carry on. Roll up, two for a pan. One down MCs, I want a whole sound. One your whole clique, I want a whole town. Take a stroll at the speed of sound. Who said the speed of light was the fastest thing? Never knew the speed of darkness. A black hole absorbs.
I quit. I quit. I quit. I fucking quit. I fucking No, this nigga is goated. What? Whoever said. Nah, dog. Niggas not doing this, bro. Niggas are not. 2013 must have been a beautiful year in rap. Niggas are not doing this anymore.
For a pan, one down MCs, I want a whole sound. One your whole clique, I want a whole town. Take a stroll at the speed of sound. Who said the speed of light was the fastest thing? Never knew the speed of darkness. A black hole absorbs all light that it is, so how could light ever get past it? I studied the masters and sages, secret teachings of all of the ages. I don't know, I can't explain it, the knowledge ain't mine, no, I radiate it. It's why they write 16 lines, and I write an essay that rhymes. And I never went uni neither, but my mind works just fine.
They write 16 rhymes. And remember what I said about the double time and the speed. And I write an essay that rhymes. I had to make sure my shit can make it through the... Cause this nigga really give my brain a little workout. I had to make sure my shit was still adjusted. Let me fasten the seatbelt on my brain from them grave. Cause this nigga got me out for.
Don't put my name in the same sentence as real revolutionaries. I'm offended. Real revolutionaries spend their life engaged in revolutionary acts. And as cold as I am on the mic, thus far, I just rap. With that said, there is no comparison. Too cold for the way that I carry on. These vultures feed off, carry on. Come along now, carry on, carry on. Roll up, two for a pan. One down MCs, I want a whole sound. One your whole clique, I want a whole town. Take a stroll at the speed of sound. Who said the speed of light was the fastest thing? Never knew the speed of darkness. A black hole absorbs all light that it is, so how could light ever get past it? I studied the masters and sages, secret teachings of all of the ages. I don't know, I can't explain it, the knowledge ain't mine, no, I radiate it. It's why they write 16 lines, and I write an essay that rhymes. And I never went uni neither, but my mind works just fine. In fact, there's no need to be modest, my mind's a fine instrument. If I'm honest, and I promise that I will show you what
it's so funny. He said he never went to the university. Some of the greatest minds of all time haven't. It's just so amazing. Like, I believe we all have a destiny, and we all have like a path in this life. And we all have things like a predetermined, you gonna be doing what you gonna be doing. You don't even know it yet. And he's just so clearly a teacher. He's so clearly a professor. And it's so funny to me that a teacher doesn't need a classroom as his forum anymore. A teacher could be on camera. A teacher could be on the mic. A teacher could be where we could learn so much, where at times I learn from my comments, you know what I'm saying? Or I learn from something I hear from another person on the internet or something like that. But it's just like the teacher doesn't always have to be in the classroom. The teacher could be anywhere. The teacher could be on the wall. The teacher could be, it's so amazing. But he's clearly and genuinely a teacher. That's what he was destined to be.
works just fine. In fact, there's no need to be modest. My mind's a fine instrument. If I'm honest, and I promise that I will show you where the body's at. Burying MCs, I might like a hobby that. And MCs don't bite me. They ain't got the technique to even copy that. I think I've made my point in a manner that is more than adequate. So let's put all the roles to the side. I do know that I'm just challenging this thing. Who knows what is it? Inspiration, the source of the spirit. Not a man in the sky, but a force to animate two things that are living. Charlie's brush, Akala's lyrics, some things ain't explained by the laws of physics. Cause you've been down in your life, don't mean you ever be on top of it. Cause for this force right here, there ain't one that is equal and opposite.
The equal and opposite force likes an opposite attract.
Wow! Akala just killed fire in the booth, man! That is fire in the...
Oh, my nigga look dumb young. Yeah, he literally just murked fire in the booth. That was a certified vibe check. Now here comes another reaction by me right here. Bing, music video by me right here. Bing, click on it, show me some love. You watch this video so long you ain't hit that thumbs up button or subscribe, you a bitch. Stop being that bitch and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the family. Kimberly family, love y'all, salute. I am gone. My eye hurts.